Welcome back, everyone, to another stream as we get right back into Throwback Thursday and some Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. I'm all monstered up. I got caffeine for days, so we're finishing this trial. That is for sure today. So let me get rid. There we go. And I gotta stop that on my end as well. Let me get that in-game audio up. There we go. CDW on time? Did I wake up on Earth too? Hey, maybe, man. Maybe. Have you seen Thomas Wayne's Batman? That's how you'll know. Have you seen Thomas Wayne's Batman? It's weird. I feel like there's a delay still. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. I might be wrong. I don't know. December 28th, 9:51 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, Numero Dos. This is it. Judgment Day. Not the WWE pay-per-view, nor the Terminator movie, but Judgment Day. Today, things are going to get settled, at least a lot of things. Or things are going to get settled at last. A lot of things. Whoa! I'm pretty sure Maya just became Bray Wyatt. What's the big deal? Sorry, Nick. You just gotta let me in. I only touched your shoulder. I guess the shock hasn't worn off from my run-in with the stun gun yesterday. I don't remember that from the last stream. Anyhow, today's the last day of the trial. Good luck, Nick. Yeah. Thanks, Maya. Oh, shit. There's the other half of the tag team. Let me make sure. Yeah, okay. Gotta make sure I can see my audio and if it's peaking or not. So, alright. The nice ellipses coming from Edgeworth here. Edgeworth is looking glum, as always. I hope Von Karma doesn't push him too hard. Edgy is looking edgy. When is Bray Wyatt showing up? I'm telling you, Bray Wyatt gonna pop out of nowhere. Wait. Oh no, I need to find my Edgeworth. Whoa! What are you doing? Sorry. I'm sorry. Just let me in. I just thought I'd cheer you up with a pat on the back. Maya. Maybe you should go outside and discharge. Right. Good idea. Try not to electrocute anyone on your way out. Woo-yeah, pal! I like the idea of her just running out there, like high-fiving someone, and just the electrical charge happens. Oh, that's who it was. Our boy Gumshoe. What's gotten into that girl? Detective Gumshoe. Morning, Mr. Edgeworth. And, no, there you go. I had to just, one thing, Nice. Oh, Lord, hitting the nice. I've got, like, certain things on the other side of, my screen that are highlighted, and for some reason it was one of the small, boxes I'm not using, and it was annoying me. I had to fix that. Good morning. How did it go, Detective? Have no fear. As promised, I've captured your runaway caretaker. Just brought him in. Took all night, pal. Took all night. Thanks, Detective Gumshoe. You must be tired. You're breathing kind of heavy there, it looks like. You officially have the best number of channel points. 69. Nice. 69,000, man. I can only assume you're saving up so you can be part of the stream. I'm only assuming. Actually, after that shock I got on the way in, I feel pretty good. Yogi says he's forgotten his own name. That has to be a lie. Well, I'm saving up to cause chaos. Oh no. And when you say cause chaos, that scares the shit out of me. Jaren, your chaos is even... That's more than just chaos to me. Why would he want revenge on Edgeworth if he couldn't remember his past? He does remember. And I'm going to prove it. Oh yeah, it'll be torture for you. I don't like that. December 28th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom numero 3. Court is now in session for the trial of one Mr. Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Fucking Von Karma. The prosecution is ready. Yes, I was just finishing up some things on my fanfiction. Right, very well. We have reached the final day of our proceedings in this trial. I ask that the prosecution submit decisive evidence. Understood. Come on! Don't be awed into silence by every little thing he says! Very well, Mr. Von Karma. Your opening statement. Right. Thanks to Detective Gumshoe's efforts, the boat rental shop caretaker has been arrested. In yesterday's trial, the defense asserted that the caretaker was the murderer. However, the caretaker has yet to confirm this. I would like to ask the defense to cross-examine him as much as necessary. Very well. Please bring the witness into the courtroom. Ladies and gentlemen of the court, I believe you all remember our witness. He lives in the boat rental shop on the lake from where he witnessed the incident. In addition, he has currently lost memory of his name and identity. Witness, why did you run away yesterday? The witness was not running away, as he will now testify. I see. Very well. Please begin your testimony. I wonder, I need to check something real quick. Where are my settings? I have to make sure. Because I just thought about a reason why this could be a bit delayed. Huh? Oh, come on. I want to make sure I'm running on ultra low latency, because if I'm not running on that, that could be the issue. Seems to be perfectly fine. Maybe I am entirely wrong. That could be it. Oh. No, never mind. Huh. That's weird. Hey, whatever. I think I'm good. Well, don't know what the issue could be, but who cares? I'm really sorry about just leaving yesterday like I did. But I wasn't running away or nothing. I went to buy some food for Polly. You see? I figured I had nothing to do with this incident anyhow. I mean, I need one of those motive things, right? And I don't got one. So my testimony yesterday seems as this. Very well. I'm not very sure anyone actually understands what just happened. But either way. There we go. Let's begin the cross-examination, shall we? He has to know his name. Yanni Yogi. You're Yanni Yogi, and I'm going to prove it. You were just listening to Judas, now it's stuck in your head. That happens, man. That happens. What was it? I was listening to, I think it was while I was either playing MLB or I was playing Madden, recording for Jags franchise one day, and I was listening to Zach and Codeine by Post Malone, and literally got stuck in my head. Yanni Yogi. No, Yanni Yogi. Very close, but not that. Aye. I'd call what you did running away and not just leaving. Time to do. You heard Larry's testimony and realized you were in danger. Now, Mr. Wright, there's no need to rush to conclusions. As I said, the witness was not running away. Listen to the testimony. He sure seems relaxed. In fact, they both do. Ron Karma and Yanni Yogi. Then why did you leave?
He's just about to say why. Is it so hard for you to just quietly listen when someone is talking?
If I said quietly, Edgeworth would be guilty in 3 minutes. Food? Well, Polly is a bit of a gourmand, you see. She always eats these high quality bird pellets from France. They only have them in the big pet shop downtown. But you weren't arrested until this morning. Why didn't you go back to the caretaker's shack? Well, I kinda got lost, you see?
The witness has trouble remembering things sometimes. When the police apprehended him, he was on his way back to the shack.
Yeah, right. Nice try, Von Karma. No one's going to believe that. I see. So he was lost.
Please, Your Honor, come to your senses.
I feel like that's what I've got to do. You've lost much of your memory. Is that correct? Yep. Seemed like it. Phoenix, I remember Von Karma has his fanfic, yeah.
Then how could you know that you didn't have anything to do with this incident? Or maybe you're lying about not having your memory.
You know exactly who you are.
The witness has testified quite clearly that he has no memory of who he is. If you claim he's lying, then show the court proof.
Grrr. How am I supposed to prove what's going on in that old cogger's head? Codger? That's impossible.
I'm glad you come to your senses, Mr. Wright. Very well, witness. Please continue.
Alright, let me see for a second. What are our things we can show? God, this delay on the audio, like for me, is really weird. I don't know why it's delayed. I'm so confused at why the audio is delayed. I have no idea. I feel like this would be it. The WWE hacker is hacking you, maybe. Maybe Mustafa Ali is hacking me. Who knows? I swear it's Mustafa Ali's totally the hacker. I'm just saying. I think it's this. Yeah, nope, never mind. It's Hornswoggle. Yeah, he was the anonymous GM. It's gotta be. I thought that would be it. Maybe it's the DL incident as a whole. Because the fact that he's asking about motive means you just have to show him his motive. Or at least I would assume. Let me just press him. Shit. need to know why this is delayed. I don't understand it one bit. Wait a minute, maybe. Did I possibly fuck up something with this? Maybe. Possibly. Could be. Dear Lord. Huh. Okay, that didn't work. Huh. I don't know. Well, I'm just gonna have to deal with it. I'll try and fix it by tomorrow's stream, but don't know why I'm getting that delay. How can you say you had no motive? I say you do. You had a grudge against Edgeworth and the victim, Robert Hammond. That's why you took revenge on them, right? Please don't make me repeat myself, Mr. Wright. This witness has no memory of anything beyond several years ago. He can't hold a grudge. It's impossible. You have to prove he's lying about his memory. Otherwise, it's going to be the same thing over and over until the trial ends. Might I say something, Mr. Wright? Yes. Yes, Your Honor? You've been saying the same thing now over and over. You've been calling the witness's memory of the past, or lack thereof, into question. But does this really have anything to do with the Kant case? Of course, Your Honor. The witness has said he has nothing to do with this case, and no motive. Both of these statements are lies. I gotta quit thinking that I gotta just automatically throw evidence. Because I like that I threw two things of evidence and then it's like, yeah, no, all you had to do was press. Order! Order in my court. Mr. Wright, there's a serious problem with your claim. Or, are you saying you know who this witness is? Of course, Your Honor. Wait a minute, did I fix it? I think I fixed it. Holy shit, I think I fixed it.
Oh, now this is interesting. I would like to know myself. So who is he?
I actually did fix the audio, guys.
Don't play dumb, Von Karma.
Mr. Wright, please tell me. Please tell us this witness's name. Well, fuck. It could be Robert Hammond. He could be the dead guy. He could be fucking Edgeworth's father. No, his name is Yanni Yogi, which is very similar to Yami Yugi. However, this man is obviously no king of games. Nor a pharaoh of Egypt. His name is Yanni Yogi, a former court bailiff. Yogi. That name sounds familiar. Oh! Yanni Yogi from the DL incident. It figures the judge would have heard of it. It was such a famous case. But what does this mean? Whew! Your Honor, if this man is Mr. Yogi, then he has a clear motive. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Get back over a bit.
jumping to conclusions again, Mr. Wright. This man, this witness, is Yanni Yogi. Fascinating. However, how do you propose to prove this to the court? This is a court of law, as you may recall. You need proof. And allow me to repeat once more that the witness has lost his memory.
This is it. I have to do this now. I can't prove he's Yogi right here, right now. I've got nowhere else to go.
Nick! How are you going to prove it? How can you prove that he's Yanni Yogi?
It's okay. It's actually quite simple. Your Honor, please take this man's fingerprints. Big Brain Phoenix, he knows how it works. Then we'll compare them to the fingerprints on file for Yanni Yogi 15 years ago. I see. That makes sense.
Tisk, tisk, tisk.
Huh?
I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright.
Why?
The witness has no fingerprints.
What did he do? Okay, if my watching of far too many murder mysteries, far too many true crime things has any recall of what, like, the only way to get rid of fingerprints, he either burnt all of his fingers to the points where his fingerprints were a cinder, or he literally cut them off. I know that's also a possibility. He bleached his fingers. Hey, maybe he did that too. God. Ugh. What did he do? What? What? No fingerprints. You see, before I worked as a caretaker, I worked at a chemical plant. That explains it. There's also certain gloves that wouldn't leave a trace. That's true, but he would need, like, they're talking actual fingerprints, which he would have had his fingerprints taken for that trial, so they're talking actual fingerprints. Like, not something on a gun or anything. I burned my fingers working with the stuff. Yep. So he burned his fingers. He burned them off. You sly son of a bitch. What? Yogi, you sneak! You burned your fingerprints off to hide your past! Yes. Well, if the witness has no fingerprints, I guess we will not be able to prove his identity. No!
Tisk, tisk, tisk. What will you do, Mr. Wright? It seems that the case has been decided. No.
No!
I know what happened. I know everything. I just can't prove it. But no, I can't let it in like this. I can't lose. There has to be another way. There is no one who can testify to who this witness is. No one! Nick! What are we going to do?
Didn't even consider that he might have erased his fingerprints. What do I do?
Tisk, tisk, tisk. Well, Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to cross-examine his parrot for a little comic relief.
Von Karma, you might want to stop that sly grin you got going on, because fucking Polly, she's got a damn cracker. You want to make jokes? You want to make jokes? I'll cross-examine that parrot, and I'll ask him a couple questions about a certain incident. Yeah, very funny. You're a sore winner, Von Karma. Wait a second. Cross-examine his parrot?
What is it, Nick? No, you're not going to.
Your Honor? The defense would like to take Mr. Von Karma up on his proposal. Take Mr. Von Karma up
on my proposal?
Exactly, Your Honor. I would like to cross-examine the witness's pet parrot. I fucking love this. When on earth would you ever see a defense attorney asked to cross-examine a pet? Never. This is amazing. Holy shit, they're bringing in a parrot. He's gonna cross-examine a parrot. In real life court, someone take him out of the court and get him a cup to piss in. Yeah? Well, order! Order in my court. I will not have you talking bad about this damn parrot. What do you think, Mr. Von Karma?
Need you even ask? This is a farce. I object.
Wait a second. You are the one who suggested I cross-examine the parrot, Von Karma. I have a right to do as you suggested. Oh wait, let me get my Von Karma pose.
Well, if you're so desperate, then please be my guest. Of course, should you go through with this, and nothing comes of it, then I hope you're ready for the consequences. Nick, this is crazy! Well, still want to go through with your little game?
You butter me up and call me toast. We're fucking cross-examining that parrot. Let the parrot take the stand. I will cross-examine her, Your Honor.
This is the most ridiculous thing I have ever had.
Von Karma's rigged every person's testimony, every piece of evidence, except the parrot. She's my last chance. At least, I think so. For once, I agree with Von Karma. I agree with Phoenix. We gotta cross-examine that damn parrot. Bailiff, bring in the parrot. Hey, Polly, what you up to? Polly's all dressed up for Pride Month, too. Got the rainbow on the wings. That's, quite a bird. Putting that in the fanfic, yes. Please, tell us your name. Name! Fucking bird! Tell us your name! The witness is ignoring me. Must hurt to be ignored by a bird. Yes. Very well. Witness. Who is your owner? Please, testify for us. Please don't put the bird in the fanfic. That's how you cross way too many lines. Tell that to the judge. Who is your owner? Hello. Hello. Certainly the most concise testimony we've heard so far. Very well. Begin your cross-examination. Right.
What are you going to do, Nick?
I don't know. What do we do, Maya? Witness, you can't just say hello and expect us to go anywhere. I want you to testify. Maya, you talk to her. Dear Lord, there is a storm a brewing. Woo.
Right. What do I say?
Have you forgotten something? This is the one case I'd be okay with having jury duty. Yeah, this would be... You'd go back to your friends and tell them about, like, what exactly happened. Like, the bits and pieces that you can talk about. And you just be like, bruh, they fucking cross-examined a parent. It was awesome. As I recall, 2 days ago,
Polly, have we forgotten something?
Don't forget DL6. If I can get Polly to say that here, that will prove that the caretaker had something to do with DL6.
Polly, have we forgotten something?
Hello.
That's not what you're supposed to say. Forgot. Something we forgot.
Hello.
Uh-oh. It's not working, Nick. She won't say it.
This is ridiculous. Why won't she say it?
Tisk, tisk, tisk. Something the matter, Mr. Wright?
I should have saved. I'm just realizing that. Carmen got to the parrot. Wait. Don't tell me Von Karma expected this. He couldn't have retrained the parrot. Could he? Did he train her not to respond when we asked if we'd forgotten anything? I'm just saving right now just because I don't know what's gonna happen. Yeah, you got the nail on the head there, Jer. Witness, you're here to speak. You must speak to me.
Frankly, I can't believe that you're speaking to the parrot.
Storm gonna knock out your power. Nah, I don't think it's gonna be that bad. We normally don't have that issue.
Well, I guess we should try to get some information out of her. We need to show the judge their owner is Mr. Yogi.
Maybe I should get her to say her name.
Polly! Polly! What's your name? Polly! Polly!
Mr. Wright, I think we've established that the parrot is named Polly. Does this have anything to do with her owner's identity? Of course! Yes, it does.
Ha! Fascinating. You claim that the parrot's name will prove her owner's identity. Then show us this proof. Nick, don't you think you're taking the bluffing a little too far?
Listen, I'm not here to answer the question of who is the caretaker. We're here to prove that he is Yanni Yogi. All we have to do is tie the name Polly to Yogi. Your Honor, the proof that the parrot's name reveals the caretaker's identity is... Good thing I re-looked at things. We got ourselves the exact reason why that parrot's name is Polly, right here. Court bailiff, trapped in an elevator with the Edgeworth. Memory loss due to oxygen deprivation. After his arrest, fiancée Polly Jenkins committed suicide. That's sad. Poor Yanni. Take that! Because it wants a cracker. The DL6 case file.
That's quite a large file you have there. Which page is this proof on then? Show us, or stop wasting our time.
Very well, Mr. Wright. Please show us the page. Where in this file is the information connected to this parrot's name? Suspect data. It's on the suspect data page. This page has all the information about Yanni Yogi. Right after he was arrested, his fiancée committed suicide. See? Indeed. It does say that. Yes. What was his fiancée's name? Let's see. Polly Jenkins. Polly? Exactly, Your Honor. He wanted to remember the name of his fiancée who had committed suicide. Comes alive in a minute, hit mud, and you can make it. God save you. He can save you. That's why he named his parrot after her. I see. I guess that is possible.
Objection.
Bah! A mere coincidence, that's all. My granddaughter has a dog she calls Phoenix. Well, Mr. Phoenix Wright, does this make you my granddaughter's fiancé? She's only 7 years old.
Yes, indeed. Alone it is a little weak for evidence in a murder trial. We would need some other corroborating evidence.
Where am I going to find that? Nick, we're getting closer. One more. If we can just get one more piece of evidence.
Right. But what? Very well, witness. You may continue. Maybe I'll get her to say the number of that safe.
Huh? The safe? Why?
Let's just try to get her to say anything, okay?
Polly, what was the number to the safe in the shack?
Right? 1228. Right? 1228. My, what a reckless parrot. Well, Mr. Wright, you aren't claiming that this number has something to do with the caretaker. Actually, it does. That's why I had her say it.
Ha! Ridiculous! How can the number to a safe tell us who the caretaker is? Show us your proof. What could possibly link this number to the caretaker's true identity?
Yep, 1228. It's the date of the summary. Yep.
The DL6 case file? What is this obsession you have with that case?
Mr. Wright, where in this file is something relating to the safe number? It's on the case summary page. The case summary. Specifically, the date on which the DL6 incident occurred. The date of the incident, December 28th. Why, that's today's date. 15 years ago, I remember. I was not as old as I am now. Much younger, much more strapping. And the number on that safe is 1228. Oh! He used the date of the DL6 incident as the number for his safe, Your Honor. That's how important that date was to him. I see. It certainly is an interesting coincidence. People often do set their secret numbers to dates. Objection.
Bah! This is not tangible proof. I set my ATM card's number to 0001 because I'm number 1.
Karma really shouldn't have let that one out, should he? Not a smart man, that Von Karma.
This has nothing to do with a date. Nothing!
That's enough. I think we've reached a conclusion here.
This is a mere coincidence, that's all.
True, that is a possibility. However, two coincidences at the same time seems more like a pattern to me.
What are you saying?
Summon the caretaker of that boat shop. Immediately. Witness, tell us your name.
Wait! This witness, he doesn't remember.
No, it's okay. What the frick happened? He transformed. He fucking transformed. Whew. I've accomplished what I wanted to do. I'm done. Oh no, it should be a bit older than that. Can I Gandalf it up a bit? I wonder. We'll see.
Nick, he looks totally different. This is the real Yogi, I think.
Or, this is the real Yogi, I think. Finally. He's been acting feeble to hide his true identity. Acting for 15 long years. Oh no, I know the voice I'm gonna do for him. Well, let me ask you again. Please state your name for the court. My name is Yanni Yogi, and I challenge you to a children's card game. 15 years ago, I served as a bailiff in this very court. I acted as the Big Shield Gardener, mainly placed in defense mode. It is time to duel. Dark Magician, Dark Magic Attack. The man sounds exactly like Dan Green. Order. Order in my court. Yanni Yogi. So was it you who killed Robert Hammond and tried to frame Miles Edgeworth for his death? Right. I gotta find my Dan Green. There we go. Yes, it was me. I did it with my leather pants. And my excellence at children's trading card games. They put me on the witness stand 15 years ago. Robert Hammond, he said I was mentally unsound. He told me it would make me innocent, get me off the hook. He did not know about my grandfather's soul being taken by a rich man who ruled an island and created children's trading card games. So, I pretended to have brain damage. I was innocent, really, but he didn't believe me. We won the trial, but I lost everything. Where's the Thanos meme when we need it? Did you win? Yes. What did it cost? Everything. This right here is the Thanos meme. That's amazing. I lost my job, my fiancé, and my social standing. And all of my children's trading card games afterwards. I just wasn't myself. The heart of the cards just was not with me. Then, this year, 15 years later, a package arrived. It was a letter and a pistol. The plan was written out in careful detail. It was a plan for me to take my revenge on the people who ruined my life. I didn't care who had sent it, because they had Exodia. I thought this was my chance after 15 years. This was it. Finally a chance to have my revenge on Robert Hammond and Miles Edgeworth. I have no regrets. My grandpa's deck has no regrets, Kaiba, but it does have Exodia! Oh, it was Karma and his Blue Eyes White Dragon. Yeah, it was. Well, wait a moment. Revenge against Miles Edgeworth? What do you mean? I'm not at liberty to speak on that matter, Your Honor, as We are not in a game over the Shadow Realm for this. Why don't you ask Mr. Edgeworth yourself? Anyway, I admit it, I was the one who killed Robert Hammond. Von Karma, where is Mr. Yogi? He suddenly disappeared as if he has turned into a small child. And that child is wearing some type of ancient Egyptian artifact around his neck. Very interesting thing.
Under arrest, Your Honor. I saw no room for error in his confession.
Then, the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, is
innocent, in this case at least.
I wasn't sure if it's Hammond or Hammond. I was never sure with that name. I never know if it's Hammond or Hammond. I never know. That's one of the few names that I will never get right. It's Hammond? I never know. I never know with that one. It's the same as John Hammond from Jurassic Park. See, it's been forever since I've watched Jurassic Park, so literally it's been like 10 years, if not longer. Last time I saw anything with Jurassic Park was high school. So yeah, it would have been at least 10 years. Very well. Will the defendant please take the stand? You didn't watch World? I did watch... Yeah, I did watch World. I don't remember much of it. I don't know why I don't remember much of it. But I did watch it, and that hasn't been that long ago. That's been... maybe like a year ago is the last time I watched Jurassic World. I will say, though, I wasn't as big on Jurassic World as I was, like, Jurassic Park. Those movies are given. It's Spielberg at his finest, but Jurassic Park much better than Jurassic World. No offense to Chris Pratt, he's an amazing actor, and Dallas Howard is also very good in that movie, but just, I wasn't as big of a fan of Jurassic World as I was of Jurassic Park. There are a few mysteries left unsolved. Still, you are cleared of suspicion for this particular case. So I would like to pass judgment on the murder of Robert Hammond. Any objections?
I don't believe it. Why isn't Von Karma saying anything?
Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth,
not guilty!
Got the main man, Jeff Goldblum. Oh, Jeff Goldblum is literally a national treasure. That man can do no wrong. Who doesn't love Jeff Goldblum? If you show me somebody and they say they don't love Jeff Goldblum, that person is not real. They're an android sent by CyberLife. That is a deviant, hands down. That is all. This court is adjourned. Did someone just say objection?
It wasn't Von Karma. Wait, but that means... No. Edgeworth?
Yeah! Bro, this music is great. Your Honor, I object to your judgment. Wait, what do you mean? I'm not innocent at all. As we have heard, Yanni Yogi killed Robert Hammond in revenge. But revenge for what?
Nick? Edgeworth is trying to confess. He's going to say he's guilty. He's going to tell them he was the murderer in the DL6 incident. He's going to tell them he killed his own dad.
Uh-oh. What do I do? Just because. I'm going to do the only thing that a sane man would do in this situation. Point their hand forward and scream, "Objection!" The judgment has already been passed. I object to Edgeworth's outburst.
Didn't something like this happen yesterday, too? I believe a certain witness raised an objection after a guilty verdict was passed.
That would be Larry.
We must hear this new statement. We must hear Miles Edgeworth.
He's right. We have a duty to hear Miles and Mr. Edgeworth out. For 15 years, I have had a recurring dream. A nightmare. It's only a nightmare. That's what I told myself. Now I know. It wasn't a dream. Yanni Yogi wasn't the killer. You mean, in the incident where your father died? From the distance of the shot, it wasn't suicide either. Everything was as clear as day. The murderer, the criminal in the DL6 incident, it was me. Your Honor, I confess my guilt. I am guilty for DL6, the statute of limitations of which ends today. The culprit is me. You know, Jen, he should have said Leon did it. He could have put Leon behind bars. Well, he's taking the hit. Order in my court. This is certainly unexpected. The defendant, declared innocent, is confessing to a different crime. A crime for which the statute of limitations runs out today. I'm not really sure how I should deal with this.
Bah! It's obvious. We hold a trial right here, right now. We try this man for his crime of 15 years ago.
I think I would like to take a 5-minute recess. During this time, I will consider the appropriate course of action to take. Court is adjourned. I was about to say, I thought we were going to get through this real quick. I was about to be like, woo! Man, really quick stream today. I'm sorry, Wright. I've just wasted all of your effort. Mr. Edgeworth, I just don't believe it. Just don't believe it, sir. I mean, yous kill your dad? In New York, that's unheard of. At least without reasonable cause. I didn't want to believe it myself, Detective. But it's the truth. I deserve to be punished. Murder is murder, no matter what the circumstances. That rings true very much right now. Whew. Man, these games, man, they always keep coming back around to society nowadays. Woo! It's weird. This is crazy. Just crazy.
Nick, what are you doing?
Huh? Oh. I was just reading through the court record once more. I'm getting my case ready.
Your case? For what?
Huh? Isn't it obvious? I'm gonna prove that Miles Edgeworth is innocent. What are you talking about, pal? He just admitted to it. He confessed that he did it. In court, of all places. I'm sorry, Edgeworth. But I don't believe your nightmare. In the words of, to add a bit to Avenged Sevenfold, I don't believe in your fucking nightmare. I don't believe it. What? It's just a dream. It's not real. The truth is right here in this court record. In any case, tighten your belts. The real fight is just beginning. I'll prove you're innocent. Trust me. Right. Damn, that was a very quick recess. Now then, I would like to resume our trial.
Judge, Miles Edgeworth has admitted his own guilt. He has confessed his crime. Let us begin by hearing his testimony. Then, though pointless, let the defense do their cross-examination. The statute of limitations on the DL6 incident runs out today. Though it's unconventional for me, I'd like to run this one by the book.
I see. Does the defense have any objections? Let's say obligations. No, Your Honor. Von Karma, you knew this was going to happen from the beginning, didn't you? Very well. Will Miles Edgeworth please stand up? Please stand up. Please stand up. Will the real Miles Edgeworth please stand up and take this stand? Now this looks like a job for Phoenix. So everybody just let him be. We need a little controversy.
Will the witness state his name and profession?
Miles Edgeworth. I am a prosecuting attorney.
Mr. Edgeworth, 15 years ago, you mistakenly killed your father, Gregory Edgeworth. Is this correct?
It is correct.
Then testify about this matter to the court.
When Edgeworth was telling me about his dream yesterday, I noticed something. One detail didn't quite fit. That will be the key. But only if I can get it to work.
Please! Please!
Woo! Here we go. That day, I had gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. Just then, something heavy fell at my feet. I picked it up and threw it in Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. A moment later, there was a single gunshot, then a scream. It was a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. That's all. and until now you thought this memory was a dream. We were stuck in that elevator for 5 hours. The oxygen in the elevator ran out, and I lost my memory of the events.
Bah! The same claim Mr. Yogi has made.
Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Yes, Your Honor. That was the trial your father was... What was the trial your father was involved in on that day? I don't remember things very clearly. Only 2 things. I know my father lost and Mr. Von Karma was the prosecuting attorney. Mr. Von Karma, you were handling that case.
It was 15 years ago. I don't remember the details.
That was when Edgeworth pointed out the problem in Von Karma's evidence. So there were 3 people, including yourself, trapped in that elevator? Yes. Myself, my father, and Yanni Yogi. We were fine at first. Then as time passed, no one came to help. What did you do then? I was a 9-year-old boy at that time. What could I do? I was scared, trembling in the corner. But then... What was it? A pistol. I assume it was the bailiff, Yanni Yogi's. The safety must have come off when it fell from his holster.
And you picked it up. What happened next?
Did you know it was a pistol when you threw it? I think I knew. I knew it was dangerous. But the air was getting so thick, I panicked.
So you're saying that you threw the pistol at Mr. Yogi?
I was in a daze. The gun fired once? Yes, I think. After I threw it, I lost consciousness. Since then, they've echoed in my head every day. That gunshot and that horrible scream. The scream? Just in case. To this day? Yes, I can practically hear it now. I doubt I will ever forget that scream as long as I live. There it is! One part of that testimony that clearly contradicts the evidence. I don't know what it means. Better find out, and quick. Yep. One more. Yeah, the weapon was fired twice. Huh. Are you sure you only heard one gunshot? Look at me thinking through things. I finally did it. Big brain. Yes, I'm sure of that. I heard the shot and the scream. Then everything faded. I was unconscious until the rescuers came. I see. No, Your Honor, unfortunately, you don't. Look at this file one more time. This plainly contradicts the witness's testimony.
You do enjoy dragging out that file, don't you? I don't accept this evidence, unless you can tell us what page it's on. Which page contradicts Miles Edgeworth's testimony?
Look at the victim data in this file. It says it quite plainly. The murder weapon was fired twice.
Holy shit, it was fired twice? Oh my god, 2 times is more than 1!
Miles Edgeworth only heard one gunshot. Yet, the murder weapon was fired twice. First shot was the accidental firing when the pistol was thrown. And if it was near Yogi, then that would explain why the, oh god. That explains the bullet hole through the window. So, who fired the remaining shot? Yes. Was there perhaps another shooter who fired that second shot?
Your Honor, as I'm sure you're aware, this incident occurred 15 years ago. The evidence is dated. The pistol did fire twice. However, we do not know when that second shot was fired. It might have been fired the day before the incident. There is no proof that the second shot had anything to do with this incident.
What? I see. Yes. You do have a point, Mr. Wright. The murder weapon was fired twice, as we have heard. One of those shots was fired by the defendant, a boy at the time. Do you have any proof that the other shot had something to do with the case?
Yeah.
Your Honor, I think I will be able to show you proof.
What? Impossible!
Now, Mr. Von Karma. Save your surprise for after you've seen the evidence. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show us your proof. Do you have evidence that the second firing of the pistol is related to this incident? Shit. Can't save. Well. Look at this photograph. Well, I'm sorry. Look at this photograph. Every time I do, it makes me laugh. Why do his eyes get so big? And what the hell's with that bullet hole? This is a... God, can't talk, man. This is a photograph of the scene of the crime 15 years ago. I can see that the victim lying there is Gregory Edgeworth. This proves the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. This photo proves it. So let me get this straight. This photo proves 2 shots were fired. Where? Your Honor, please. Please get a clue. Show the judge the contradiction in the photo. Hey! As should be obvious, the contradiction is here. I see. A bullet hole in the jaw. Your Honor, Gregory Edgeworth was killed by a shot from the pistol. Yet, there is also a bullet hole in the elevator door. We also know that the murder weapon was fired twice. Thus, someone other than Edgeworth fired that second shot. Well, order! Order! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? It's simple, Your Honor. At the time of the incident, 2 shots were fired. One went into Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other hit the elevator door. Remember that the defendant lost consciousness after the shot he fired rang out. In conclusion, we must agree that the second shot was fired by someone else. Mr. Wright, but who could that someone else be? The murderer, of course. Duh.
I knew I should have stepped in before your wild fantasies got out of hand. Mr. Wright. Look once more at the DL6 incident case file. Look closely. Try the case summary page.
The case summary? That's on page 1.
Look what is written there. Not a single clue was found on the scene. If the pistol had indeed been fired 2 times, then the other bullet would have been discovered on the scene.
He does have a point.
That second bullet has never been found. Why? Because the second bullet does not exist. The bullet that claimed Gregory Edgeworth's life was the one fired by his own son. That is the truth of this matter. The whole truth, and nothing but the truth. It was undoubtedly something else that made that bullet hole in the door.
I will say, doing Von Karma's voice, very, very, spitty. A lot of spit around the mouth. Order! I will have order. Mr. Wright has proven one thing to us clearly. That the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. Hyperion, welcome to the stream, my man. Kicking down the door and getting in Von Karma's face already. However, as Mr. Von Karma says, the second bullet fired was not found. It is highly unlikely that the police merely overlooked the second bullet. So all we have is the single bullet fired. I'm afraid I have to discount the defense's claims.
Tisk, tisk, tisk. I praise the judge for his wisdom in this matter.
How did this happen? I don't believe that the second bullet didn't exist. Was I wrong? Have I been wrong about this whole incident?
What are you doing, Nick? Why aren't you raising an objection?
I'm sorry, Maya.
What?
It looks like I was wrong.
Nick!
If the second bullet wasn't there, then all my conjunctures are for nothing.
No! But you said you'd do it, Nick! You said you'd get Edgeworth declared innocent!
Maya Ex Machina coming in clutch. Yeah. Oh. Maya Ex Machina. I'm sorry. It's just, when I saw the photograph, every time I do it makes me laugh. I thought that 2 shots had been fired. I was so certain of it. I thought I'd won. I thought there was another person someone else who fired the killing shot. But now, I was wrong to think it could be that simple. This case has stood unsolved for 15 years. Nick! Well, it seems that we have finally cleared up this incident. Only one bullet was found at the scene of the crime. Dear Lord, the thunder is a-rollin'. That shot was... Oh, God. Woo! That shot was fired by Miles Edgeworth.
Precisely.
I would like to ask one thing of Miles Edgeworth before passing my verdict. Have you been paying attention to the trial so far? Yes, Your Honor. Do you have any objections? No. No, I do not. So, you killed your father, though that was not your intention. Yes, I did.
Oh no! He's accepted the guilt!
Dear Lord. Very well. The statute of limitations on the murder of Gregory Edgeworth runs out today. Therefore, I must pronounce a verdict on the defendant today. Right here.
Leon did do it. This is obvious. Right now.
Right here.
Right now.
Cue the Naruto themes. Indeed. Does anyone have any objections? I've been here before. Just like my first day in court. There's so many things I know I should be saying. My mind's gone blank. Can't find the words. Mr. Wright?
Fuck it!
Your Honor? I object.
Tisk, tisk, tisk. Mr. Wright, on what grounds do you object?
Nick! I don't know. His case is perfect.
Oh no!
Grr. It must exist. The second bullet. What? What did you just say?
Nothing?
The second bullet must exist? But where? Someone took it. It seems waiting is not going to produce us any answers from Mr. Wright. Wait, Your Honor. The second bullet, it existed. What? But we've just had proof that it did not exist. I realize that, Your Honor. I'm really grasping here. It's just someone took it from the scene of the crime. That's what happened. But who? The murderer.
The murderer? Then tell us, just who is the murderer?
I'm still thinking about that one. God damn. Woo! That thunder. That man's struggling. Yeah, he is. So the criminal took the second bullet. But why?
Huh?
First of all, how would they have found it? That's not easy to find a stray bullet, Mr. Wright. Was there some pressing need for the murderer to search for the bullet. The murderer had to find it. Of course there was a need. That's why they took it.
Bah! What possible reason could they have had?
Well, the reason the murderer took the bullet away from the scene with them is... bullet would be proof that the murderer was cautious. I should have done a second save file for that. I mean, both kind of make sense. I must say the murderer was cautious. Well, the murderer was a very cautious sort, you see. That's why the murderer had to search for that bullet. Yeah, I don't think that worked.
If that's the case, then they should have taken the bullet from inside Gregory as well.
Huh?
Why would they only take one of the 2 shots fired?
Oh, right. I'm just gonna reload it just so I don't lose anything from that. There were only 2 options. Oh. Maybe they thought the bullet would be used as proof. Man, the storm wants to be part of the stream big time tonight. Proof? Which was a special bullet, so they took it with them.
If that was the case, then they should have taken the bullet from inside Gregory as well.
Huh?
Why would they only take one of the 2 shots fired?
Oh, right. Well, shit, both sides were bad.
Shit.
Dear Lord, man. That thunder is right overhead. Getting penalized. This isn't going so well. Why would the murderer have spent the time to look for the stray bullet? I haven't got a clue. What's wrong, Mr. Wright?
Bah! The murderer had no reason to take that bullet. You don't want to admit it, but it's true.
Had to take it. Had to take it? The murder... What does that mean? You're thinking too normal. Think crazy. Don't think why the bullet was taken. Think why the bullet had to be taken. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? I have no idea what I'm doing. Well, the murderer had no intention of taking the bullet from the scene. But, the murderer had to take that bullet. Had to, Mr. Wright? What do you mean? Well, for instance, what? Maybe the bullet, hit the murderer. The bullet hit the murderer. Just saying. For instance. I mean, if it hit you, you would have to take it with you, wouldn't you? It's not like you could perform surgery right there. You know? Wait a second. I was just talking off the top of my head. But what if that's really what happened? Man, that rain is coming down. Let me get this straight. Dear Lord, this storm, man. Maybe we are gonna have to call this stream just for possible weather. So at the end of the murderer themselves was shot. And they left with a second bullet still inside of them, thus leaving only one bullet at the scene of the crime. Yes. I guess that's how it would work. Yes. But there's a problem with that. The other two people rescued from the elevator, Miles Edgeworth and Yanni Yogi, were both unharmed. So that would mean the murder came from outside. Yes. The two men fight inside the elevator. Trying to stop them, the boy picks up the pistol at his feet and throws it. The pistol discharges and the bullet goes through the elevator door and hits the murderer outside. The boy loses consciousness. I feel like we've seen this figure before. Imagine waiting for the elevator and you get blasted. Oh, I can see it. Then the murderer opens the elevator door and sees the men inside. Oh yeah. Dear Lord, sounds like at least the storm is leaving a bit. Just a tiny bit. It was right overhead there for a second. Mr. Wright, you're truly the most unpredictable defense attorney I've ever known. I can tell you're grasping, yet I cannot deny the possibility of what you say.
What are you saying? Deny it! Deny it! No one involved with the incident was wounded. There was no murderer.
No one was wounded at the time of the incident. He's right. I can't think of anyone.
Hey, Nick!
Huh?
I just thought of something really crazy.
Crazy?
Remember what Mr. Grossberg said yesterday?
Actually, I don't. Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record.
Wow!
It must have been quite a shock for Von Kamm. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see. Yes, an unusual event for a man. That was the first and the last vacation he's taken in his many years of prosecuting. Yep. I think I know who did the killing.
What if Von Karma didn't take that vacation because of shock,
but took it because he was injured?
Which would mean...
It could only mean one thing.
He was the murderer in the DL6 incident.
He was the man who shot Gregory Edgeworth.
It was Von Karma.
Oh man. Something wrong, Mr. Wright. You seem dazed. No. Your Honor? Well, you have indicated the possibility that the murderer came from outside. Can you give us the name of your suspect? Uh-oh. Should I come out and say it now? I mean, I don't really have any evidence to point that it was him entirely, other than the Grossberg situation. What do we do? Do we save it for a better time, or do we say it now? My name is no bitch. You can't take a stun gun. Expose this thought. Gotta chase that monster a bit. Jared, are you thinking we save it for a better time? Are we split 50-50 right now? Am I gonna have to flip a coin? Let's see. Just in case I need it. Heads, we expose him now. Tails, we save it to try and stop him at a certain time. Well, there you go. Looks like we are going to, as Hyperion put it, we are going to expose that thought. Your Honor, there is a suspect. One lone suspect. Well, this is certainly intriguing news. Very well, Mr. Wright. Who is your suspect? My hands are shaking. What? Von Karma. Von Karma. Look at that shit-eating grin. Sure it does a coin flip isn't 50-50 odds, it's 51-49. You mean the Von Karma? The prosecutor, the one standing right over there? Is the music a good volume for you guys? Yeah, it looks good. Looks perfectly fine. Bah! You don't object.
I see no need. Why honor this is ridiculous. Why honor this ridiculous outburst with my objection?
Because you took a vacation for several months, starting the day after the incident. Yet you pride yourself on a perfect record. Why would you take such a long vacation without any reason?
So you're claiming that I took a vacation to heal my injury from the incident? Fascinating. Prove it. Why would I need surgery? No. Where did I go under the knife at, Mr. Wright? Bring the doctor that operated on me. Have him testify. Nick! Let's find out who his doctor is.
It's no use.
Edgeworth?
I know Von Karma, perhaps too well. What if man's a whole demon? I believe it. He's perfect. He wouldn't leave clues. He probably didn't undergo surgery. That would leave a doctor as a witness. Nobody's that perfect.
So what, Nick? Did Von Karma pull the bullet out by himself? That's insane!
No, he couldn't have. You can't just pull bullets out of yourself. This dude's got a bullet in him. Wait. What does that mean? That bullet has to be somewhere. But where?
Tisk, tisk, tisk. Well, Mr. Wright, can you produce evidence to prove that I was shot?
still got the metal detector, right? I mean, yeah, we do. Alright, Von Karma, I'll prove it. And I'll even use evidence. I know how you like it so much. What? The evidence that proves Von Karma was shot is... this! Von Karma is perfect. He wouldn't risk surgery, leaving an evidence trail. So then, I ask, where is that bullet now? I'm not gonna lie, Hyperion, you made a great point. I never would have thought about the metal detector without you saying it. That was genius. Because as I was scrolling through it, I saw it, and it didn't even cross my mind until I saw you say it in chat. Genius idea. I think it unlikely that Von Karma performed surgery on himself. You don't mean... I do. There is the possibility that the bullet is still inside Von Karma. Is that even possible? After all these years? Well, there's one way to find out. That's why he never moves that fucking arm. We got some poggers in the chat. We could use this metal detector. Well, Von Karma, I'm going to run this over you and see what we find. Someone's sweating bullets. And not the ones inside of them yet. I refuse! Don't be bringing those 5-finger death punch tracks in here. You ain't got the right. You refuse. But refusing this means you acknowledge that the bullet is inside you. Open up, little man. Order, order, order in my court. Your Honor, the defense requests that we be allowed to use the metal detector. Judge, I called for a suspension of this trial. This is an invasion of privacy. The statute of limitations runs out on this case today. It was you who said we had to end it right here, right now. Enough. I permit the use of the metal detector. Mr. Von Karma, you will submit yourself to testing. That was weird, got real cold for a second. Nick! What does this mean? Oh, I think the air cut on. That's what it is. Yeah. I don't know. We have to give it a shot. Lot of beeps. It reacted. Something's inside his right shoulder. The bullet! Mr. Von Karma? You. It was you. I'm about to throw my phone. Piran, you getting into it, man. records room yesterday. Through this warrant of arrest, little bitch.
With no proof, you cannot convict me of any crime. So sorry, Mr. Wright.
No. I'm the one who's sorry, Mr. Von Karma.
What?
You were close. One day away from freedom. But you see, I have proof.
What?
Wait. There we go. Who would have thought you would dig your own grave trying to convict Edgeworth? I can link that bullet in your shoulder to the DL6 incident. And here's my final proof. Aw, shit. Hopefully I'm right. That's a bullet?
Where did you get that?
This is the bullet used in the DL6 incident. This was taken from the heart of the victim, Mr. Gregory Edgeworth. The bullet is preserved quite nicely, with all the ballistic markings intact. Ballistic markings. You may recall the term. It came up in the first trial 2 days ago. Oh yeah, ballistic markings are the fingerprints of a weapon. All bullets fired from a gun are marked with the weapon's unique pattern. By examining the markings, you can tell which weapon fired the bullet. It's quite accurate. We have 2 bullets in our possession. One, the bullet removed from Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other, Mr. Von Karma, is the bullet buried in your shoulder. We could analyze both bullets. Then, if the markings matched, we would know that both bullets had been fired from the same gun. The very same pistol. In other words, the murder weapon that killed Gregory Edgeworth. Mr. Von Karma, you will let us remove the bullet from your shoulder. Then we'll compare the ballistic markings to those on this bullet. And solve this case once and for all. Well, Mr. Von Karma? That scream. I've heard that scream before. Wait. I know. Wait. Help! I can't breathe. Quiet. I said quiet. You're not making this any easier. Stop breathing my air. I'll stop you. Stop breathing my air! Get away! Oh. Oh no, okay, this is Edgeworth. Get away from my father! Ah! It's almost like he's a dead man walking. Yep. It's that scream I heard in the elevator. 15 years ago. Von Karma, it was you who screamed. You are the one who screamed. Mr. Von Karma. Rah! Edgeworth! Edgeworth! Only you would defy me. So, it was you. You and your father are my curse.
Your father shamed me with a penalty on my perfect record. And you left a scar on my shoulder that would never fade. I'll bury you with my bare hands. Death! 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 Death!
Wait, no, what is it? Death! That's what it was, I think. Yeah, that's what it was. For anybody wondering what this is, it's, Stardom. Death Sama does, her thing. It's great. So, no more objections? 15 years earlier.
Chief Prosecutor, I am sorry.
Von Karma, it's not like you to make this kind of error. I never would have thought that Edgeworth would be the one to catch you.
I was careless.
I'm sorry, but you will have to be penalized. I've covered for you in the past, but not this time.
Edgeworth? It was a shock like none I had ever known. Me! Penalized! It took hours for me to regain my composure. Suddenly, I found myself in the darkness. I was in the court records room. I must have wandered in there without thinking where I was going. The room was pitch black. The lights must have gone out. I went out into the hall and felt my way to the elevator. I pressed the button, but nothing happened. Then, there was a noise. I was in pain. A horrible, burning pain in my shoulder. Just then, the lights came back on. The elevator door opened before my eyes. I saw 3 people inside, all lying unconscious from oxygen deprivation. Much to my surprise, a pistol lay at my feet. I knew then it was destiny. In his last moments, Gregory Edgeworth was unconscious. He died never knowing who had shot him. Later, he spoke through a medium, blaming Mr. Yogi. He was fooled. It was the perfect crime. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Who would have thought another man would have come to open that elevator door? Judge.
What?
What are you doing? Do your job. Bring an end to this miserable charade. Now, end it.
Very well. It appears that we have come a very long way to the end of this match. 15 years later, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. You were innocent. You are innocent. As you said, it was all a nightmare. Yes, Your Honor. The court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, not guilty again! That is all. The court is adjourned. We will not convict one Von Karma just yet, apparently. December 28th, 5:38 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, Numero Dos.
Nick! We did it! Did you see his face? Von Karma looked even paler than usual. He's pretending to be all cool
Why are you saying no, Hyperion? I want to see him Ibuki. Oh, come on. We done with Danganronpa for now. Why you gotta bring Ibuki back up?
I gotta say, I'm impressed.
Huh? It's pretty close, though. I was sure we'd had it.
I know. I was on the verge of tears the whole time myself. But now, it's all just a good memory.
So, it's finally over, Edgeworth. Right. Yeah? I'm not sure how to say this.
I know. Try. Thank you.
Because I can't kill a man with Tetris blocks unless it's in a game. Play Tetris Battle Royale, man, then you can do it. I see. Thank you, Wright. You're welcome.
I think you could have done better than that.
Sorry. I'm not good at this sort of thing.
You got a lot to learn, Edgeworth.
She's got you there. Whoop! Pop, pop! Amazing, pal. You pulled through just like I thought yous would. Yous pulled it out perfectly. I'll never forget this. I owes you one, pal. I owes yous one. And tonight, let's party like it's 1999. Dinner's on me, man. Dinner is on me. Yeah, my salary went down a bit this month. But who cares?
See, Mr. Edgeworth, you should take a lesson from Detective Gumshoe. That's how you say thank you.
I see. Whoop! I feel foolish.
Don't worry. Taking a little at a time. You'll get used to it.
It's been 15 years since I've seen Edgeworth this unguarded. Oh, Lord Lotta's back. Fucking, she got jury duty. Hey, y'all.
Lotta!
Y'all were getting in there. I saw y'all. You were doing all that lawyering talk. Most terrifying whoop I've ever seen. Thank you. Yo, Edgeworth, congrats. Thank y'all very much. I knew you were innocent from the start, of course. Just look at you. You wouldn't stick your hand in the cookie jar even if no one was there. You were the witness on the first day of the trial, weren't you? Yeah, well, let bygones be bygones, eh? Ugh. Whew. Speaking of which, what are you doing here, Lotta? Who, me? Oh, I went back to college. I gave up trying to be an investigative photographer pretty quick. Really? That's too bad. Huh? Isn't that the hot dog guy from the park? Huh? Oh, fucking Larry is back. Who but the butts? Like it's over, Nick. My life is over, man. Why the sad face, Larry? What happened now? Like, oh, Nick, I'm not long for this world, man. You don't look sick. It's Beyonce, man. She's going to live in Paris, man. Paris, Nick, you know how far away that is, man. He has a new murder trial. Like, she's leaving me behind, man. She's even taking Scoob with her. Should have seen that coming. Like, yo, Edgy man, there you are. Yes. Here I am. Why, congrats, Edgy. Here's a little gift from me in celebration, man. Celebration? That's unusual for you. Harry Butts. You's come along tonight, too's, man. My tree pal. You's coming. I'll drag you's there. Like, thanks, man. Looking forward to it. Like, yo, Nick. Like, that's the suit that questioned me, man. When he says tree man, that's not like police talk for prison food, right? Right? I think you'll be fine, Larry. Right. Yeah? What's up? That envelope that Larry gave me, it's got money in it. Well, yeah. That's not strange. People give money away to celebrate sometimes. It's $38, right? Huh? What a weird amount. I mean, it's not a little, but it's not a lot either. $38 exactly? Nick! Wasn't that exactly the amount of lunch money that was stolen from Mr. Edgeworth in school? $38? No. No! Larry, it was you! What are you so surprised about, Wright? Huh? Larry was absent that day from school, right? But that doesn't automatically rule him out as a suspect. What? Think back to that day 15 years ago. Larry took the day off, but he was bored, so he came into school anyway. Then he saw the money lying there, and the rest is history. Like I never was good at history, man. Edgeworth, you didn't know, did you? I suspected. I just couldn't picture Larry protecting you like he did that day. Everyone else was saying you did it. The whole class was against you, remember? Yeah, too well. Right? You may not know this. We used to have a saying back in school. When something smells, it's usually the butts. I know. Really, Wright? I'm surprised you didn't figure it out. Like, well, this sure is an unexpected turn of events, eh, man? Edgeworth? You should have told me. No, Nick. It was 15 years ago. Don't you think the statute of limitations has run out, Mr. Edgeworth? I'd say so, yes. Like, there you have it, man. Where does that leave me? I became a defense attorney because of what you two did. Well, you have always been something of an unsufferable emotionalist. Like, yeah, man, you get all worked up too easily, too. Death! The death sentence for both of you! Man, if I only had known, I'd have become a prosecutor. Same goes for me, only the other way around. For the longest time, I thought that I might have killed my own father. I thought I might be a criminal. I became a prosecutor in part to punish myself. If I'd known the truth, I might have become a defense attorney after all. Edgeworth, wanna switch right? Hey y'all, Lana, I'll take a photo.
Hey, photo time! Let's go!
And after that, dinner on me. Man, this is such a nice ending. Detective Gumshoe took us out on the town that night. We celebrated Edgeworth's newfound freedom, even though Edgeworth himself was still in detention. December 29th, 5:02 a.m., Wright & Co. Law Offices. Whoa! I went a little overboard yesterday. My head hurts. Huh? It's still only 5 o'clock. Maybe I should go back to sleep. Wow, this is relatable. Not of the head hurting, but waking up at 5 o'clock, going back to bed. What's this? A letter?
Good morning, Nick. You were really impressive yesterday. Seeing you, it made me think about what I'm doing here. I'm a spirit medium, in training, of course. I wanted to help Mr. Edgeworth, too. I wanted to help you, but I couldn't. I was useless. So I've decided to go back to my training. I'll become a full-fledged spirit medium, for starters. I couldn't say it to your face, so I left this letter. Goodbye, Nick.
Aww. Goodbye? What time is it? Yeah. First trains for the mountains have already left to the station. Guess I'm too late.
Hey! Nick!
Maya? So, you're leaving?
Yeah. It's hard being a spirit medium who can't talk to spirits. And I think you'll do fine without me, Nick. Be good, okay?
Yeah, oh shit, he objected. Well, wait.
What?
I never could have saved Edgeworth without your help. Phoenix just got dumped. Technically we can't say he was dumped because he was never dating her, but yeah, kinda.
Huh?
On the last day of the trial, I heard her. I heard Mia's voice.
You heard my sister?
Yes. Only her voice, but still. It was at the very end when I thought we'd when I thought we'd lost everything.
Well, that's my sister for you. Detective Gumshoe helped, Mr. Grossberg, and even Larry. I'm the only one who couldn't help. I was useless, Nick.
Ooh. You were the one who stopped Von Karma, Maya.
Huh? I didn't do anything.
Wow, you're very quiet and my volume's maxed. I haven't gotten anything from anybody else, Pepperjack, so I ain't got anything from anybody else. So, as far as I know, I've been sounding just fine. I just showed up. You sound far away, okay? Oh. Well, not that far away, at least. Here. I will turn up my volume a bit, then. Ooh. I will say, my throat is killing me on this one. I don't know which voice it is, but my throat is fucking killing me. Worst part is, I got a commentary after this. Woo! It's gonna be a killer tonight.
All I did was wander around in a daze.
How's life? Well, hey, I'm doing just fine. I'm doing just fine. The streams have been fun as hell the past couple days. Yesterday was great. Monday was awesome. Tomorrow's bound to be awesome, playing more Detroit. I mean, I've gotten ahead video-wise. I'm doing great this week, man. Hopefully you guys have all been doing good. Hyperion's been having a ball today in the chat. I've been able to tell. Jared always seems to be doing great. Building up them channel points. Sorry, but I have evidence that you helped.
Evidence?
Show Maya some evidence. Cheer her up. Polly.
Sorry, Nick. I guess I don't understand.
Uh-oh. Now that I think about it, I don't understand this evidence either.
It's okay. You don't have to try and cheer me up. But one day, I'll come back and be useful. I promise.
That's good. I beat Detroit in 2 days once. Dear Lord, that's a quick run through. We streamed 3 times on it. I feel like we've gotten a good way through the game, though. I will say, that game, I feel like it runs quick. Because I feel like we get through a lot each stream. So.
So, this is it.
See you soon, Maya.
Goodbye, Maya.
I promised I wouldn't cry. Alright.
Thanks, Nick.
Actually, I got a little bit teary-eyed. Look at that. Actually made myself a little bit teary-eyed. And so my story ends. Time to turn a new page. Say goodbye to...
Say goodbye to the novice defense attorney.
And say goodbye to the novice defense attorney that I once was. Now, a new story begins. The same old crazy cast of characters. Is this the end? Did we just finish it? Oh my god! I didn't know this was the end. I thought we had one chapter left. Oh shit! I did not think this was the end of the game. I was gonna end like right before the next chapter. But wow. Whew. Well, we might pull a Danganronpa with this, where we take a tiny little break, like a week break, before jumping right into the next one, just to give us a little palate cleanser, you know, before we hop back into an Ace Attorney game. But we'll be hopping into number 2 real quick. Don't you worry about that. I'd say at the worst, it'll be 2 weeks until we jump into it, but Wow. I was not ready for this to end. I really wasn't. God, I had so much fun with this game. I will say, at least it ended with a character that I really liked voicing in Von Karma. That was fun as hell. Von Karma was so much fun to voice. God, I'm not ready for it to be over. Holy shit. We finished Danganronpa 2 weeks ago. Almost 1 week ago, really, because it was last Monday. We finished Danganronpa. We finished Ace Attorney. Yeah, we're finishing games. I'm beating games. I legit was not ready for this to end. I was so unready for this to end. Oh, there's the old bag. We all remember her voice, don't we? You all loved that voice. Ah. No, not again. Oh, man. Now I legitimately am a bit teary-eyed. God, man. I'm legit dumbfounded that we finished the game today. Huh. This game was great though. This game, like, I had seen, I talked when we started this, I'd seen a bit of the beginning. I did not think with most games I sit back and I have most of the time very low expectations. Unless I've seen a lot of the game and kind of have a feel for what it is, I don't come into games with overly high expectations. This game exceeded all of my expectations. Did I look like an idiot at points in it? Oh, of course. Like always. God damn, this game was fun. And the storm got to be involved with the end of the game. The thunder got to get its little chance to be in the stream. Whew. Now we get to roll down memory hill with all these great characters. Nobody really liked you though, Lotta. I don't think really anybody liked you much. Hey, there's the picture. And you got me as Ghost over there, just chilling. That's good shit. Good job, Capcom. Good job. Bullshit. Bullshit. Game ain't over yet. We got one more episode. Who said this game was over yet? This game objects. Oh. Yes, save. I was about to say, I'm like, I believe there were 5 episodes. This game did. That was a good plot twist. Good plot twist by the game. Like we always do, we gotta see the beginning of this, and then I'll call it close to this stream. Just because it's always a good time to stop is right at the beginning of a case. But let's see this, and we'll chat a bit before I head out. Pepperjack, all the horror games, unless like we have a one-day type of thing, are all being saved for October. October's gonna be a month of scares. What the fuck?
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Did we just see 1 or 2 murders happen? I'm confused. Okay. Okay, I'll mark my calendar. Pay attention to Cyber October. Yeah, October's gonna be a fun time when we get to the horror games. And I got plenty of horror games to pick from on the PlayStation, so we'll have our choice of horror games to go through during the month. And even I'm gonna try some different things too during that month. You're not just gonna have gameplay probably all throughout then. You have some different stuff that I want to give a go to. So October's gonna be a very interesting month stream wise when we get there. We got months. We got months. Alright, so we're gonna save right here. I am gonna kick up the jams here as we get ready to head out. I appreciate you guys being here for this one and for us falling into the watch a movie with Cyber. Hey, I'm always down to do streams like that if you guys are. Something on Netflix, you know, do kind of like a reaction stream like that. I'm always down for that if you guys would be down for that. And I'm not talking just in October. That could be like just a, you know, once a month stream. We could do that. I'd be more than down for it. You guys know I love me my movies. And if I had Amazon Prime, we'd do a bunch of like watch throughs of the stuff they have on those in their catalog, because we can actually do that. Let's go with, you know what? I know what song I want to go with, because this game tried to fool us. That's the track we gotta go with, because this game tried to pull the wool over our eyes. But yeah, stuff like a watch party type of thing, I'd be totally down for. That's always something we could talk about at some point. I'd always be down for that. You guys just have to throw me ideas. You can throw them to me through Twitter, through streams, and maybe that's what we do for a Throwback Thursday. We watch an old movie one night. I'm down for that. Like, that's always a thing. So, bunch of options. But with that, we are going to head out. I've got to do commentary. I'll probably do it here tonight instead of tomorrow. Jack's franchise is coming out Saturday. And schedule for next week on YouTube is going to look exactly like it was this week. I've been pretty ahead of schedule, which is great. Tomorrow, 9 o'clock Eastern, like normal. You guys know the timing at this point. We'll be back for Detroit. And, you know, we'll see how far we get into that. Could be real interesting. I'll enter movie late depending on start time, but I'm good if you do. Hey, it all depends on what you guys want. I'll do almost anything. I almost said I'll do anything, and I will not do anything. I'll do almost anything on stream. Keep that in mind. With that, I will see you guys tomorrow. See you guys.